Hi everyone, blessed be. I wanted to talk to you today about altar spaces and whether you need one, if you have one, if you should leave it set out or if you can put it away. It was a question I had recently and I thought I would do a video on it. So, first of all, an altar space is a space that you can use for your practice, and you can have it as either a working altar where you've got specific workings going on, or you can have it as a place to dedicate to a specific deity. Like, for example, this one is my Gaia altar, and I don't do workings at this altar or anything. This is more to give thanks to Gaia, to Mother Earth, and to show my appreciation, which is what you can have an altar space for. Or you can have a working altar, like I said, to perform where you perform your rituals and workings. Now, do you have to have one? The simple answer to that is no, you don't. You don't have to have an altar space at all. You can have simply when you want to perform a ritual or you want to pray or whatever you want to do in that moment, you can simply light a candle. And the light in the candle can be your sort of sign to yourself that you've created this little sacred space. And to create your sacred space, you can just light the candle and keep your candle for that specific purpose, that you only use it when you are doing a particular ritual or a prayer or whatever you're doing. So you don't have to have an altar. And also, if you have an altar, do you have to keep it out, like set up? No, you don't. Obviously, some people like to. Some people are not able to. Some people have got small children and cats who might eat things off the altar that would harm them, or might mess with the candles or the matches or the athame or whatever you've got set up on your altar space. Or you might be in the broom closet, so you're not able to have things set up all the time that make it obvious what your practice is. So you might want to be a bit more discreet. Or like I said, you've got to put stuff away because it's going to get messed with. So what you can do is you can have a small amount of items. Sorry, my throat's funny today. You can have a small amount of items that you take out of a small box or a shoe box or a little bag, whatever you keep them in. And those items you set out when you want to perform a particular ritual or prayer or whatever. And then when you're finished, you can put them back into the container that you're using and put the container away. A good one's a shoe box, because that's got quite a lot of space depending on how much stuff you want to use, but you don't have to have loads of stuff anyway. Like I said, you can just have a candle. What you can do is, if you've got a shoebox altar, you get your stuff out. You can place it on top of the shoebox. Get your stuff out that you need for your particular ritual or what you want to do. Use it, once you're finished, you very carefully pack everything back away. Now, the only thing I would say with a shoebox altar, make sure your candle is fully extinguished and make sure it's not even warm. Make sure it's gone cold before you put it back in the box, because obviously cardboard's flammable, so you don't want anything like that happening. But perform your ritual, perform your spell, your prayer, and then put all the items back into your shoebox. Put it back on a high shelf, put it back under your bed, wherever you keep it, bottom of your wardrobe, whatever. If you are in the broom closet and don't want to make your practice known. You can also have a very small wooden box that looks like a little jewellery box that you could leave out on the side, but in there are some of your witchy pagan items. Might be some herbs, might be some incense, might be a candle, a couple of crystals, whatever. Use them and then put them back in the box. So yeah, you don't have to leave it set out at all. You don't have to have an altar space. It's completely up to you. Basically, an altar space's purpose is to create a sacred space, but you could just cast a circle around yourself. You don't have to have any items, just your own intention and your own energy. You just cast a circle and you've created a sacred space without having any equipment at all, apart from yourself. So you can just do that. Or you could go out into nature. So you could go into your garden if you have a garden and perform your rituals, prayers, anything you want to do in your garden. That way you don't have to buy anything as well, because you can just use rocks and sticks and flowers from your garden. If you've got herbs growing in your garden, even better. So yeah, number one, no, you don't have to have an altar. And number two, no, you don't have to leave it set out. Now, if you've got a particular working you're doing, it's some certain workings and things, you're going to want to leave stuff out. But just try and find somewhere where you can keep it where it's either out the way or a bit more subtle. So maybe you've got a little jar or a bowl and you've got your items for your particular working in there. You could put your bowl on a high shelf, and from lower down it looks like a bowl on a shelf. But you know in there is your particular working that you're working on. So yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope this video is helpful. Blessed be, and bye for now.